Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Emily. Today's video is a thrift flip video. I have 4 projects and we're going to start with them right away. This first project, I grabbed this frame from an estate sale probably about a year and a half ago, and it's quite large, so I've always had it set aside waiting for the right thing. And then I found this old grain sack flower bag at an estate sale about like a month or so ago, and I thought this piece would look so good in that rustic frame. This sack was definitely really old, and I was really careful as I was cutting it and trying to make sure that I didn't tear any areas or rip it at all. I cut off the back side and then I slowly trimmed down the front area so that it would fit into the frame, and it was really wrinkled. When I found it at the estate sale, it was all like folded up. So I am just taking my Cricut iron and I am placing parchment in between the heating source and the grain or the sack. So if you don't have like the Cricut iron that I have here, you can definitely use a normal iron. I just wouldn't put any steam on it. I don't know how that would affect this piece, but the parchment really helped to protect the image that was on the front. And once I had it positioned how I wanted and my helpers agreed, then I trimmed the excess pieces away from the glass. And then I'm going to just put little dots of hot glue at each corner of the back portion so that it will stay in place when I put the glass on and then flip it over. I put it all back together, and then this piece is done. This was a simple, quick and easy flip, even though it took me so long to find what was going to go into this frame. I'm so glad I held on to it. I really hope you guys like this first project. This project is another quick and easy project. I grabbed this Croc from a garage sale a really long time ago, probably well over a year ago. I had it in my booth, it never sold. So I brought it home and I decided to put a transfer on it. So I am using one of the traditional POTS transfers from IOD. I had to be selective on the transfer because it was the Croc was on the smaller side, so I just found one that was going to fit, and I really like the white transfer that they have in this sheet because it really popped against the blue. And I'm just applying the transfer with the burnishing tool, and once that is applied, I'm going to give it a couple coats of clear Rust-Oleum matte spray to seal everything in. I'm also going to make sure I seal the lid of the Croc so that it has the same finish throughout. Again, this is a simple, quick and easy project, but it really transforms the item. So I hope you like this one too. Okay, this project is probably my favorite project for this video, and I really hope you guys like this one too. So this tray is, it's wood and it's metal. The wood isn't real wood, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's from like Hobby Lobby or some type of store. It's not a true vintage piece. I grabbed it from a garage sale for $5, probably over a year ago as well, and I've had it in my booth. If you guys can't tell, I'm trying to cycle out some of the items from my booth that haven't sold. So I'm going to give this one a makeover, and I have been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this piece for a while. So thankfully, the wood base was able to screw off and I was able to remove it because it was going to make this project a lot easier. I knew I wanted to apply transfers to it, but because it was raw wood, I really wanted to seal that wood to make the transfer easier to adhere to that wood. So I'm just going to apply one coat of the polyacrylic to start. I'm going to let it dry. I think I let this dry for just a couple hours. I know I didn't let it sit overnight, and I had no issues with the transfer. So you definitely want to make sure it's dry, but I did not wait the full 24 hours. So I am grabbing these transfers from I believe it's the Cheers transfer, and I think from the last time I used this one, a lot of people in the comments said that it was a retired transfer set, and I'm really sad that it is because I really like this transfer set. So hopefully you can find it, if a stockist still has some in stock, hopefully you can get your hands on it because I really do like this set a lot. Anyways, so I picked a couple of the transfers that we're going to work on here, and I stuck with this large sign or verbiage, and then I picked 2 wine labels to go on either side and to kind of stagger them. So to apply the transfer, just like with the other one, I am applying the transfer to the piece and I am burnishing it with the burnishing tool that it does come with. And if you can notice, I am kind of pulling the transfer sheet up as I am burnishing it. It does help the transfer to adhere to the piece. So I'm doing that for all of the transfers, and then once I am done with these, I am going to actually do 2 coats of polyacrylic on top. The first coat would work perfectly fine to seal everything in, but because this is a tray and someone may put glasses on it or anything else like that, I wanted to make sure that it was protected really well, so that's why I did 2 coats of the polyacrylic. And then once everything is dry, I'm going to just attach everything back together with the screws, and then this piece is done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. This one was my favorite. And if you guys have used this transfer set before, what have you guys used it on? I still have a lot of the transfer to go, so I'm holding on to it until I can find pieces or get ideas. So I'd love to hear what you guys have used them on. Okay, and this is our last project. So this one was an item that I can't remember if I got from a thrift store or I got at an estate sale, but it was a different color and I had spray painted it black as the base. I thought I was recording, but either I wasn't or I lost that footage. So this was a different color, but I did give it a couple coats of black spray paint to start it as the base color, because what I'm going to do is I'm applying this blue chalk paint, and then once that dries, I'm going to be wet distressing the chalk paint back where the raised areas are so that I can get some of the black to pop through. I did forget to mention that after I applied the black spray paint, I did apply a coat of clear polyacrylic so that when I did go back and wet distress, the distressing would stop at the black because it was sealed in and it wouldn't go any further to the original color. So I did do that as well. For the wet distressing, I am using just a damp rag, and I am going to apply pressure across all of the raised areas until I get it distressed as I like it. Some areas have heavier distressing than other areas. This is where you can kind of get creative and distress it as much or as little as you want. And I will say that I don't really wet distress too often, and my fingers were really sore by the end of this. And then to seal it, I am just using the Rust-Oleum clear mat. I give it a couple coats and then this piece is done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. And I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that watched my last compilation video and all of the wonderful birthday wishes that everyone sent. I really appreciate it. I had a wonderful birthday. I spent it with my family in Maryland and it was wonderful. So thank you so much, and welcome to all of my new subscribers, and I cannot wait to see you all in my next video. So have a great rest of your week. Bye guys.